Hey everyone, Ryan here at etrailer. Today on our 2023 Ford F-350 Super Duty, we're going to be checking out the B&W fifth wheel trailer hitch for vehicles that have the OEM prep package. So it's pretty cool that Ford and other manufacturers at that started, equipping some of their vehicles with the prep packages right from the factory. It makes it super convenient to use a fifth wheel type hitch like the B&W or even a gooseneck for that matter, considering everything's kind of ready to rock and roll. You essentially just take the hitch and drop it into place. This particular hitch is going to be fixed, meaning it's not going to slide or anything along those lines. And so ideally, you'd use this in a truck that has a long bed. For short beds, what you'd like to use is a sliding type hitch, and B&W makes a really good slider, some other manufacturers as well. But the reason that you'd want to use a slider in a short bed is simply because of cab clearance. So a lot of these fifth wheel trailers, overhang, and with the short bed, when you go to make those tight turns and stuff, you can potentially collide the front of your trailer into the cab corner of your truck. And obviously you don't want that to happen, right? So with the slider, it'll slide back and give you a little bit of extra clearance that you need to make that tight turn. And that's just not the case with the long bed. You have more than enough room up here, and so you're able to get away with using a fixed style hitch. This particular hitch is going to be rated for 25,000 pounds. So that's how much weight it's going to be able to handle in terms of pulling your trailer around. If you don't need something this heavy duty, B&W makes a 20,000 pound version as well. So whatever you plan on pulling, you should be covered. And if you're familiar at all with the towing world, chances are pretty good you've probably heard of B&W, and there's a reason for it. They make excellent parts, very well built, everything's thought through and super user friendly. And with this setup, that is no exception. This does have a head that articulates a little bit, and so that'll kind of let you get away with your trailer not being perfectly level when you go to hook up. So it should make things a little bit easier there. And one thing that I'm a fan of is the jaw mechanism here. So it's complete 360 degrees around your kingpin. So you have a very secure connection point and super thick steel. And because it goes all the way around it, that should help reduce chucking and that slop or play in there. So shouldn't clunk around and make noise and stuff like that as bad as some of the other designs. The handle mechanism I'm a fan of. It's easy to get to and easy to figure out. So you just have this pin here that kind of locks this in place. I suppose too you could put a padlock or something through here if you're looking to keep your trailer secure and not have someone come up and unlock it or something like that. But opens up nice and smooth, really easy to close even. And just it's the little things like that that B&W pays attention to that just makes your towing experience that much better. This is actually going to be two separate parts too, so the head is detachable. And to do that, you can just pull out these pins and clips, lift up on these handles, and that's how you remove the head. And I'm glad they designed it like that, because now with it being in two parts, it makes it actually somewhat manageable to get in and out of the bed of your truck even by yourself. It kind of takes a two-person job and turns it into one, of course with some exceptions there, but majority of you out there should be in pretty good shape to put this in and out by yourself. And while we're right here too, on our attachment point where the head is actually going to set, there's some bushings, and what that's going to do is just kind of help quiet the ride down, absorb some of that shock and vibration, and just help keep things smooth whenever you're going down the road. Something a lot of people wonder is if they can still use a tonneau cover with the hitch in the bed of their truck. And it's hard to touch base on everyone's particular situation, but I think for the vast majority of you out there, you shouldn't have any issues. The hitch is in the medium position, meaning the height of it, and just by eyeballing it, you know, there's quite a bit of clearance from the top of your bed rails. And so even in the highest position, I think it bumps it up maybe another inch. You should be in pretty good shape, unless you have kind of an odd cover or something like that that hangs down real low. You should be able to roll it all the way back. And a lot of people wonder too, you know, can you still use a toolbox or maybe an auxiliary fuel tank or something along those lines? And I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to, you know, from the front of the hitch to the front of the bed. There's a ton of space here, and just about anything should be able to fit there. Other than that, not really a whole lot to it. You know, if I had a truck like this and was wanting to use a fifth wheel hitch, this would be the one I would get hands down. Like I said, I'm just a big fan of B&W. Everything's easy to use, and it works like you'd expect it to. So definitely won't be disappointed. But with that said, I think that'll finish up our look at of the B&W fifth wheel trailer hitch on our 2023 Ford F-350 Super Duty.